The patrons voted for it, I'm sure you all want to see it. What your favorite D&D weapon says about you. You guys seem to really like that last video, so let's keep the ball rolling. But first, are you looking for a new way to spice up your D&D games? Bam! Anime into D&D homebrew packs released every month on Patreon. We got monsters, magic items, new races, and more. Although the packs are based around anime, the quality and balancing of every sheet rivals even the player's handbook, and can be brought into almost any campaign setting without being immersion breaking or cringe. Almost all the art is custom made, so trust me when I say these packs are high quality. You can check out the homebrew using the link down below. And with that said, let's get right on with the video. Alright, every weapon, every stereotype, starting with a club and ending with a net. We're only taking a look at the weapons in the player's handbook for today, so feel free to fill up the comment section with your own stereotypes for laser cannons and rifles. This is what your favorite D&D weapon says about you. Club. Your character recently lost all of their weapons and had to settle with whatever was around. Dagger. You haven't figured out yet that short swords are better for combat. The most action your blade gets is cutting rope and getting concealed into taverns. Great club. You like this weapon because it's cheap, not because it's viable. Your DM also flavors large tree branches into improvised great clubs. Hand axe. You like to dual wield your weapons, and rogue is your least played class. If your character is poor, then it's going to take the end of the world for you to ever decide to throw one of them. Javelin. Your character has more than one of these. After a time, you just stopped bothering to pick them up after combat. Mace. You keep this weapon around to deal with skeletons. Quarterstaff. You're a spellcasting class who will never actually attack with this weapon, or a monk. Sickle. You just picked this weapon because it looked cool. Because of that, you're the best roleplayer at your party's table. Spear. You're not an actual player character. You're a town guard. Light crossbow. You like heavy crossbows more, but your newest character wasn't skilled enough to use one. Dart. You like this weapon because it's cheap. Short bow. You're only using this weapon because longbows are too expensive or difficult to use. Sling. For anyone who hasn't played older D&D editions, you had to Google what this weapon looked like. Battle axe. You're trying to get the most benefits out of a weapon without spending more than 10 gold. Flail. There's only one reason why you like this weapon, and that's because it's cheap and lightweight. Why else would you like it? Glaive. Someone could hand you a halberd and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Great axe. You enjoy rolling big numbers and dislike the greatsword for no particular reason. Greatsword. You like the sound 2 dice make when they hit the table over 1. Halberd. Someone could hand you a glaive and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Lance. You own a horse that gets killed or lost every other session. Longsword. This is actually everyone's favorite weapon, but they're either too shy or inexperienced to admit it. Maul. You realize just how much cheaper mauls are over greatswords, and never bought another oversized knife again. Morningstar. You're edgy. Also, you refuse to admit that longswords are generally better. Pike. You like to poke people from 10 feet away and save a bit of money while you're at it. That is, until you reach your carrying capacity, then your pike is the first thing to go. Rapier. You're playing a rogue with the dual wielder feat. Scimitar. You'll pay a little extra money for this weapon just so you can finally stop using short swords. Short sword. You know very well that there's no better light weapon out there for the price. Trident. Your character's either half fish or half devil. Either way, javelins were getting boring and you wanted something cooler to throw. Warpick. You wanted to buy a Swiss Army knife, but they only came in industrial size. Warhammer. You have an IQ higher than 189. Why? Because you noticed that warhammers are 1 pound lighter than longswords, making them better. Whip. Indiana Jones. Anyone who uses this as a weapon is purely flexing. Blowgun. You don't like rolling dice. Hand crossbow. You have more money than you know what to do with. Also, you grab the crossbow expert feat. Heavy crossbow. You like doing as much damage as possible with a single shot. Longbow. You're sick and tired of enemies being too far away to hit. And last but not least, the net. The party got a quest to deal with a bunch of giant rats in someone's basement, but wanted them to be kept alive. And that's about it. If you guys enjoyed, then definitely subscribe so more D&D content shows up on your homepage. Like the video so I know if this series is worth continuing, and I'll see you all in the next one.